When your family doesn't get you, finding peace in a changing home, an opening note of reflection. Have you ever felt invisible in your own family? Like your voice is drowned out by screens, schedules, or simply different ways of living? Maybe you've wanted to share a meal, a story, or just a quiet moment, but your adult children or in-laws seem too busy, too distracted, or simply different from how you remember. You're not alone. Many retirees experience this quiet, aching conflict, a clash of lifestyles and expectations that can leave us feeling isolated, misunderstood, even unwanted. But what if these moments of tension aren't just obstacles? What if they are invitations? Invitations to grow, to connect, and to redefine what family means in this new chapter of life. Today, let's explore how we can navigate these emotional crossroads with grace, insight, and hope. The Awakening Moment. Welcome, I'm Ordinary People, your online neighbor and fellow retiree. Feeling adrift after work's goodbye? Subscribe now. Join gentle weekly stories and simple steps to rediscover purpose after retirement. Today, we read diving into a deeply personal and often unspoken challenge: the lifestyle conflicts that arise between retirees and their adult children or in-laws. It might be small things, different habits, varied rhythms, or contrasting values that create friction. Maybe you prefer a cozy TV morning while they need quiet for work calls. Perhaps your cherished keepsakes clash with their minimalist ideals. This isn't just about differences. It's about what those differences represent: a shift in roles, control, and connection. Together, we'll explore the science behind these emotional challenges, hear from leading experts on aging and relationships, and uncover practical, heartfelt strategies to build bridges instead of walls. By the end of our time together, you'll have tools to transform conflict into connection and rediscover your meaningful place within your family and yourself. The awakening of curiosity to understand these conflicts. It helps to look through the lens of psychological aging and adult development. Dr. Larva Karstensen, a pioneer in the science of aging, teaches us that as we grow older, our focus naturally shifts toward what truly matters: deep, meaningful relationships and moments of presence. She calls this the socio-emotional selectivity theory. It means that retirees often prioritize quality over quantity in their social connections. But here is the catch: this shift can also highlight differences with younger generations who may be focused on different priorities. Dr. Robert J. Waldinger, director of the Harvard Study of Adult Development, reminds us that the secret to a happy life isn't wealth or status, but warm, secure relationships. This study, spanning over 80 years, shows how connection is the cornerstone of well-being across the lifespan. But what happens when these connections feel strained? When the rhythm of life no longer matches between generations, and we lose a sense of control over our environment and family dynamics. Dr. Nancy Schlossberg, an expert on life transitions, explains that retirement is not an end but a transition, a shift in roles and identities. We may no longer be the head of the household in the traditional sense, but we can become the source of wisdom, peace, and emotional strength. This transition challenges us to move from control to connection. It invites us to redefine our role in the family, not by insisting on old rules, but by embracing new ways to be present and valued. Insight 1. Build dialogue, not assumptions. One of the biggest sources of conflict is misunderstanding. We often assume others don't respect or care for us, but the truth is, they might simply not understand our needs or feelings. Dr. Mo Wang, a psychologist specializing in intergenerational communication, emphasizes that dialogue is the bridge to empathy. Instead of assuming, we need to create space for honest, calm conversations. Here's a practical approach. Schedule a relaxed time to talk, not in the middle of a disagreement. Use "I feel" statements instead of "you always" accusations. For example, say, "I feel lonely when I eat dinner by myself," instead of "you never spend time with me." Listen first to their perspective before sharing your own. Imagine saying, I've been feeling a bit isolated lately. Would you be open to having dinner together once or twice a week? This invites collaboration rather than confrontation. Remember, dialogue isn't about winning. It's about understanding and being understood. It's the first step toward rebuilding connection. Insight 2. Find shared lifestyle zones. Dr. Ken Deichtwald, a renowned gerontologist, talks about the importance of adapting to new realities in a changing demographic landscape. Different lifestyles don't have to clash. They can coexist beautifully if find common ground. Look for activities or routines you can share, even if your overall lifestyles differ. Maybe it's cooking a family recipe together, watching a favorite movie on weekends, or gardening side by side. Some practical tips. Identify shared interests or rituals that bring joy to everyone. Negotiate small compromises, perhaps quiet time for their work calls balanced with your TV time. Create personal zones in the home where each person's preferences are respected. A quiet corner for them, a cozy nook for you. The key is focusing on togetherness, not uniformity. By honoring both differences and shared moments, you create a family rhythm that includes everyone's needs. Insight 3. Nurture self-worth through meaningful roles. Retirement can sometimes feel like losing purpose, but Dr. Richard Leider, an expert on life purpose, reminds us that purpose isn't just about work. It's about contribution. When we feel useful, conflicts lose their sting because we know our place is valued. Consider these ways to nurture your sense of worth. Become the family's keeper of stories and traditions. Share your history and wisdom with grandchildren or younger family members. Offer emotional support by being a non-judgmental listener to your children or in-laws. Engage in meaningful activities outside the home, community groups, hobbies, volunteer work, or lifelong learning. When you reclaim your purpose and value, you build resilience against feelings of rejection or invisibility. Insight 4. Cultivate emotional resilience and flexibility. Dr. Becca Levy's research on aging shows that our mindset about aging profoundly impacts our emotional health. Cultivating a flexible, resilient attitude helps us navigate conflicts with less stress. Emotional resilience means accepting change, managing disappointment, and adapting without losing your core self. Try these strategies. Practice mindfulness or meditation to stay grounded in the present moment. Reframe challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Develop patience by reminding yourself that everyone is adjusting, not just you. Dr. Nancy Schlossberg also highlights the importance of role flexibility, being open to new ways of relating and new family dynamics. By strengthening your emotional resilience, you create a calm center amid the inevitable storms of change. Insight 5. Foster intergenerational empathy and respect. Dr. Robert Waldinger's work reminds us that empathy is the foundation of lasting relationships. Fostering empathy between generations reduces conflict and builds mutual respect. Here's how to cultivate it. Share your life experiences honestly, showing vulnerability and openness. Encourage younger family members to share their perspectives without judgment. Celebrate differences as opportunities to learn about each other's worlds. Dr. Mo Wang suggests that empathy grows when we intentionally seek to understand not just words, but feelings and values behind them. When empathy flows both ways, the family becomes a place of safety and belonging, even amid lifestyle differences. The final light. Let's deepen our understanding with some advanced insights. Dr. Lovra Karstensen's research on emotional well-being in older adults shows that retirees often have better emotional regulation than younger adults. This means you have a natural advantage in managing conflicts calmly and thoughtfully. Additionally, Dr. Becca Levy's studies reveal that positive attitudes toward aging correlate with longer life and better health. Viewing retirement as a time of growth rather than loss can transform your experience. Dr. Mo Wang's research on family dynamics highlights that intergenerational conflicts often stem from differing expectations about roles and autonomy. Understanding these expectations explicitly can help families negotiate new patterns that honor everyone's needs. Finally, Dr. Nancy Schlossberg's transition theory underscores that successful adaptation depends on 4 factors: situation, self, support, and strategies. You have the power to influence these through self-awareness and proactive communication. Science tells us that while retirement brings challenges, it also offers unique opportunities for emotional richness, personal growth, and deeper connection. From knowing to becoming, as we reflect, remember this: retirement is not an ending but a new beginning. It's a time to move from control to connection, from assumption to dialogue, from isolation to belonging. You hold within you a wellspring of wisdom, resilience, and love, qualities that can transform family tensions into tender bridges. Dr. Robert Waldinger's decades-long study reminds us, the warmth of relationships is the greatest predictor of a fulfilling life, and that warmth is still within your reach. No matter the challenges, you are not alone. You are a vital part of your family's story and a beacon of peace and purpose. Until the next reflection, so here's my final invitation. What if, instead of trying to change others, you start by opening your own heart? What if you choose connection over control, empathy over assumption? Take a moment today to reach out: a phone call, a conversation, a shared meal. Ask questions with curiosity, listen with patience, and offer your presence without conditions. Remember Dr. Richard Leider's words: purpose is the reason you journey. Passion is the fire that lights the way. Your journey is far from over. It's evolving, richer, deeper, and full of potential. You are not a leftover generation. You are the bridge that connects past, present, and future. Thank you for sharing this time with me. I'm Ordinary People, your online neighbor and fellow retiree, wishing you peace, connection, and joy in this beautiful new chapter. If this touched you, subscribe and join our caring community of fellow retirees. Each week we share gentle stories, practical steps, and real ways to reclaim purpose, so you don't have to walk this chapter alone. Click subscribe, and let's walk the next page together.